Designs, and I have my friend Kim here with me to help me out today. We're going to give just a little bit of time to let anybody else maybe want to jump on that can. But for those of you who don't know me, we are based just outside of the Annapolis, Maryland area, where we design and manufacture all of our products and ship them from here too. So we are made in the USA, made in Maryland, with our products. So Kim is joining with me today. She's a very good friend, and she also has a store where she carries the product in her store. So that way, if you have any questions along those lines, she can also help to answer those for you. So um, Ashley from Clarion / Urban is monitoring your questions and the question mark in the question section. So if you have any questions, please just type them in, and then Ashley will break in from time to time and ask us those questions so that we can try and get answers for you. And then at the end of this, she will be posting it onto my Clarion page later in the day, the marketplace page with that. So what I did want to tell everybody was that today we are offering 10% off as the show special, but you need to place that order within 48 hours of the video. And we have many products available for immediate ship. But if there's pieces that you want and you want to take advantage of the special and you want to have, say, closer to Christmas or the beginning of the year or the spring, that's great as well. Just give me a chat through the marketplace and I will call you and we'll handwrite that order and hold it for you for when you're ready for it to ship. Okay? So today we wanted to focus on showing some of the newer pieces, and then we might try and scan you around the whole room. We've set up a mock showroom here since all of our shows have been canceled this year. And if we can move the computer and show you a view of everything without having to hand bring it up to the screen, we will. We just don't want to make anybody sick in the movement with it. So with that, so do you have anything you want to add, Kim, before we start?
No, I think, as far as asking the questions, I don't know if anybody that's on has any particular things that they might be looking for their stores. That might be helpful to, kick things off.
In the past, we've always focused on the design more in the coastal nautical theme. However, COVID this year has allowed us a great amount of downtime to not travel to shows, to be in the workshop and designing new pieces. So we are really expanding out of just strictly being coastal and nautical. You'll see some of that on here, and we hope you see something you like. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I wanted to start with is this one is not a new piece for us. It's actually been around for a year or so. This is Anchored in Faith, and this has been a year where everybody has really been focusing on this particular piece. It's always been a big seller for us. And I think it will continue to be that as well. It is done in sterling silver, as 90% of the line is done in sterling silver as well.
Yes, and I can vouch for that. That in both of my shops, that particular piece does really well.
This is a brand new one, and this one came about due to COVID. I call it Rings of Hope. At the very beginning of it, when we were shut down, and we were only hoping to be shut down for about 2 weeks, and that has grew into time, and all of us having to think outside the box on how we wanted to handle something, we came up with Rings of Hope. And so I'm actually wearing it here today as well. It's a piece I go to quite frequently now. So like I said, everything that we do typically is done in sterling silver, although we do offer some base metal pieces. When I originally started with the line, everything was leather and pearls or sea glass. And that's where I really started to grow the business, was in the sea glass, and actually how I met Kim and got involved in being sold in her stores as well, because of the Sea Glass Festival that we were doing at the time. So I've always enjoyed going back and working with those as well, and doing the leather and the pearls and sea glass. So, but we did add a couple of new pieces this year. You can do that one. Yeah, why don't you do those? This one, we just actually added it, and I don't even think I've put it up on anything. And this is called the Happy Bracelet, and I'm wearing it here. It is pewter, but it's been dipped in sterling silver. And what I love, and why we're calling this the Happy Bracelet, is that the leather that I use, it's been tie-dyed. And so every bracelet is going to be basically one of a kind, because what I'm doing is using a long spool of leather that is different colors. So each bracelet's going to be different, and your customers can wear these more than one at a time as well.
And I love these. These are really fun. So I just put this on. This is a wrap bracelet in the sunflower. Comes in the teal and then also in the yellow gold. And basically it wraps around. So it can fit a lot of different size wrists. If you want to.
Yeah, we call that flower power, is the name that we came up for that one in our workshop as well. But again, it gives you the opportunity. Everybody always loves a wrap bracelet, and we've continued to work with those during the line here. So sometimes the designs come about because a buyer has asked us to do something special for them or to change an item for us. And so this year, in early February or January now, when we were at a show, we had a buyer ask me if I could do something for her. And so we came up with the ball necklaces, and these are actually going to come in 3 lengths, 16, 18, and 20-inch lengths. And you have the option of doing sterling silver with silver or sterling silver with gold. And we do use a gold-filled ball. I have been doing them in 14-karat gold, but they will require a price adjustment for it. And during the process, this has been a big seller because your client can wear all 3 necklaces at one time and get a layered effect to it. And we also maybe, and I don't do this very often, we came up with matching earrings and matching bracelets that go with it. Just kind of an add-on feature. I wear the bracelets all the time. I don't ever take those off. Those have been on for months, probably the entire summer at this point, and we continuously wear those. So with that, we had done lariat necklaces, gosh, probably going on 2 years ago. We added them to the line, and we have probably about 15 different styles to them. Happiness comes in waves, happens to be our most popular one. And then we were asked this year for sharks. One of our stores up in the New England area asked for sharks. And so we added that to the line this year, and there are a lot of shark lovers out there. So we incorporated that in it. And what's wonderful about these is that this can be adjusted to different lengths. So it's an 18-inch overall, but you can adjust the tails on them to make them longer or shorter, depending on the look.
You want to remind people, just in case they're coming on, about your special?
Yeah. We'll go back to that real quick. If you are watching this and you place an order within the next 48 hours, so that's by Thursday midday, we are doing 10% off your order. And even if you want to have that order shipped at a later date, you can just chat me and we'll get in touch with you and write your order up and hold it to that date. Otherwise, if you'd like to place it on our website. Now, one thing I didn't mention in the beginning is that the website is password protected. It's only open to the trade. So you would need to either just chat me and give me your email address, and I will get you a login to the website, or you can go right to our website, JackieGallagherDesigns.com, and enter in the information there. It's very basic. It's asking for your name, your phone number, your email address, and your tax ID number. And that way I don't have to get it from you at a later point by adding it in there. And then we'll email you back a password right away so that you can get on it. But your customers can't go on there and take a look at it. So we value our relationships with all of our stores. And so we are keeping that as a whole separate site inside of the business for you with that. Okay. Another new piece this year that has gained a lot of attention, and I think Kim just added this into her store. This is Macon Tracks. And so he's just a little turtle, and he's on a 16-inch chain, but it actually has a link on it, so it can be worn at 18 inches as well. And it is done in sterling silver too. We have been growing our men's collection this year. And so this year we added sometimes the men want something just very simple. So this year I added in a braided leather. It's just a magnetic clasp. They just open it real quick. And so that piece was added this year. We've always had a more nautical theme, and instead of doing bracelets just out of rope, I'm now working with braided leather, and we're coming up with this bracelet because it gives a little more masculine feel to it, but it's not made with rope, it's made with leather. So the men are holding on to it a little bit longer. And then we also added this month, this leather bracelet here. This can really, most of my leather bracelets can be unisex, but this one I did design specifically with men in mind for them as well. So those have all just been added for us with that. Go ahead and pick this up. This is new. This is the Mennonite Star, or the North Star, as some people will call it. This was a request from a customer where we added the piece in, and we paired it in with a Swarovski crystal as well with it. We have one store that has been carrying it so far, and so far she has not been able to keep them in stock. She sells out of them rather rapidly. So this is another nice new piece for us this year. Okay. And this one is brand new for the show today. This one with the ship's wheel and the anchor, and this, it's hard to show without getting my fingers in the way, but this is adjustable. So if a customer wants to wear the ship's wheel up higher on their throat and have a little more of a tail on the necklace, this necklace is perfect for that. So that one was just added into us for that as well. And here, this is another couple of pieces here. These are the matching bracelets for the ball necklaces. And then we added in, I love pearls. So we do a lot of work with pearls. So this is actually a pearl cross. It's a very dainty, delicate piece that we added in. And then this is hematite with pearls. And this will be great in any boutique for the holidays coming. If we get to have any holiday parties or events this year. So with that.
And why don't you tell them a little bit about that pearl cross? I think it's really kind of interesting that it's actually made naturally like that.
It is a freshwater pearl, and as we know, pearls come in many different shapes and sizes. And I traditionally work with a lot of potato pearls because it's not a perfectly shaped pearl. It has a lot of shape, a lot of different variation to it. And so I love to try and find different pearls that have a unique look to them. And so these are actually natural freshwater pearls that just grow into the shape of a cross. And so you will see them, they're never going to be 100% the same as any pearl is going to be varied from the next, as the oyster developed it, it's going to be a little different from the next one. And so we find the same thing with the crosses as well. With that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They are just sweet, and they're just the color, the iridescence of it, you know, it's just a nice necklace. It's a great gift.
Yeah. So
Jackie, it looks like we have a question actually. Someone asked, they said, what is your most popular piece overall?
Well, it depends on the area in which they are located. A lot of my stores in our region and down through the Florida region, you're probably going to be, I would have always said it was the piece I was getting ready to show you, the fish hook and the anchors, just because we do have such a nautical theme for our general area. However, the very first piece that I showed you, the Anchored in Faith, if I went back and double checked my records for the entire country, that is probably our #1 piece in the last year, has been that piece. It will vary on sales based on whether or not it's a store here in the Maryland, Virginia, Delaware region, or down through the Carolinas and Florida versus what I'm selling in the middle of the country and like in Texas and California. So those, when I start to count those pieces in, you're probably looking at the Anchored in Faith. But here on the East Coast, anything to do with the fish hook or the anchor happens to be our most popular pieces. Hopefully that helps. So that led me into the fish hook and the anchor. These are our two separate necklaces. We do offer one that is both necklaces, both pieces in the same necklace, but this kind of put us on the roadmap a couple years ago, was you pulling out these two pieces here, and then we've gradually grown and changed with that. So within there. To add in, so I had talked a few minutes ago when I showed the shark lariat and happiness comes in waves. We have about a dozen different styles, and these are some of the new ones this year. We added in the mermaids because again, we get a lot of the coastal and the sharks here. Another sweet little piece that we added this year was the rings and the hammered rings and freshwater pearl. We did the earrings to match that about 2 years ago, and they were so popular that somebody approached me and said, hey, have you ever done a matching necklace? And like I said, a lot of times we don't do everything 100% matching. We do coordinating pieces, and so we came out with a necklace to match it this year. We had pieces a lot of these pieces that we were going to be introducing in September at the shows, and then those went by the wayside. So we just been kind of slowly bringing them out to show everybody. Okay. I don't know. At this point, instead of bringing up all the boards, I'm going to see which one of us has a more steady hand and can.
Probably me.
Ken's probably got the steadier hand, so I'm going to hand.
And you describe. How
I'm going to hand.
Or are we going to do that? Okay.
I'll hand the laptop to her and let her see if she can walk you over to it. And
the top boards.
Yeah, we do the
okay.
top. So
that way you can.
Traditionally, when you would see us at the shows, you would see us
have
everything grouped up a little bit. So we start out with all of our sterling silver necklaces and earrings. A lot of those are very minimalistic, and we just add the pieces in there. And then you'll take a look at the. You want to bring them over towards the lariats?
Yeah, I just was going there, the tippy top, so I don't go too slow or too fast. Okay. These are the lariats.
Those are all the lariats. Those were the ones that we've been working with for the last couple of years on those. And so this year we started adding into those.
And what's cool is a lot of different stones. The gemstones. The gemstones that you can actually customize. If you wanted, a mermaid with a certain color bead on there, you can do that.
And next to it, we have our bolo bracelets, and we offer them in a number of styles. And those are also a big seller for us because they're going to fit the tiniest of wrists up to about an 8.5, 9-inch wrist size. So they will adjust, and they're easily worked with for your customer as well. So they've been a big seller for us just because you're not trying to keep multiple size bracelets into your in your stores with that.
Oh, I have one of these on. This is a new.
Yes, Kim has on the one of the compass rose, the cutout compass rose bolo bracelets. And you can see how tiny her wrist is, so it'll slide right easily right onto her hand, and then she can adjust the size for her wrist. And then we go into our mermaids and sea glass collection with those. And the whale flukes are on there as well, or mermaid tails with that. And then you just want to come straight down?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we have, these are all adjustable necklaces, the sea glass ones at the bottom, but most of these necklaces on this rack, they will adjust to 30 inches, and we do notate them that they are at 30 inches in length, that they can adjust up to 30 inches in length, so that it can be worn with different styles of outfits. And then they have tassels on the back. So if you've got a customer who's wearing something that's low cut in the back, they can show that they have like a little necklace down their back as well. We have the double charm necklaces here, and they all come on cards that have a saying that belong on that card, whereas hope is an anchor, or salty kisses and starfish wishes. And then we can also custom design for individual stores if they would like something else for that using any of our other charms with it.
And we can ask right now too, if anybody wants to see anything specific, we can pull that out.
Pull that out too. We do a lot of work with gemstones, and as with our pearls, I usually go and we hand pick all of our gemstones and all of our pearls before we start working with them. So they are things that we don't order them in bulk. We don't do anything like that. We go to individual gem shows and hand pick each of the pieces that we use in our line as well. That way, because I'm looking for consistency in that. Again, just some more simple sterling silver pieces that we have used and that we pretty much carry on a day-to-day basis. With all of our jewelry, we have everything, just about everything we have back stock ready to go, so we're ready to fill your orders for the holidays.
And what's great about a lot of these pieces too is they can actually be layered with a lot of the other pieces.
Mm-hmm. And then again, we come over to the gemstone, and when you're looking at the gemstones on those pieces, we are we have a tag on there that tells the customer what it is, and if it's a stone of protection, or if it's turquoise, where it's offers, it enlightens or success, anything. We've researched the stones and have written those on there as well with that. The leather goods, we do a lot with the leather goods. And again, all the leather goods, I use, they're pewter based and then dipped in sterling silver for your customers. And we do them on adjustable leather cords so that it can be worn. It gives you a little more boho look into your line if you would like that. And they all do come in the dark leather. Typically, I don't do the light leather, but again, if it's a special request, we can do that for you as well.
More turtles.
This is our Sea Life board. Each of these charms is handmade one at a time. That is on this board. So each one of them does come out one of a kind, because we do put a polish effect on them and they're hand rubbed out on those. And then our waves. Our wave collection, our website is based off of, our logo is based off of a wave. So we offer a lot of variations on the wave for us as well with that. And probably our most popular piece is our traditional circular wave here. That's where we started with it. And so we developed the earrings, and it's been our traditional most popular piece.
So a lot of these that I'm showing right now are actually some longer necklaces that adjust.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was the board that I was talking about, that they were 30 inches in length.
Okay.
Overall. So, and then we come back up to our compasses and our anchors. And I had mentioned we do the anchor and the push hook together. This is called hook, line, and sinker. And so it's just one piece and it attaches in the back. Yeah, we did.
You did?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Over here, we do the work with the Ghana glass and the pearls. And the Ghana glass is a glass that we get that is a fair trade bead that we work with. And the glass is originally, it's crushed to a fine powder, melted, a dye put in, and then the beads are formed. And we're working with freshwater potato pearls on those. And again, we come back over to our freshwater pearls again on the leather, and those are all choker length at the 16-inch length that a lot of the kids are wearing, the colleges and so forth are wearing those necklaces quite heavily, with the pearls. And then we do mix them with gemstones as well on those. And then these are our lure earrings here. And these are all, they're very lightweight. My most popular one on this board is probably our tri-lure here, because it gives us copper, gold, and silver all in one effect. And so that's been very popular for us with that. Then we come back to freshwater pearls and leather, the single knotted pearl, and then an 18-inch with pearls and beads, and then our long, we call this Lilo, and she's a long piece, freshwater pearls with the dark leather, and she just hangs nicely and works great in the fall time with different outfits for people. Our limpet shells, this collection always is eye-catching at events because it's freshwater pearls. These are natural shells that we find. They have not been changed in any way. They're just as nature intended them. So any imperfections that are seen on the shell are part of how nature created them for us with that. And then these are some new pieces that we've added in to give us an effect for different areas. The floating heart, the mountains, the lotus flower, and the bubbles. And probably in your screen at the same time is our anklets. So the turtle, the wave, and the fish hook in the anklet there. And then we have a girl who works with us that makes our beads back here. And they are a glass bead, and we have put chunks of, or shavings of Larimar and silver into the bead to give it its color in there, and actually have a little wave design in the center of each one of the beads. And then we have our leather bracelets. These are all very popular for us for the men's collection. They come back in here just because they are an easy, simple thing to put on. We have the cleat. We have this one. This one we come in two colors, the brown and the black. It's a C hook there. And then over here, these are, again, they're back to magnetic bracelets with different little designs on them. And you'll find all of these on our websites as well. And then another one I wanted as a popular piece is in our wraps was the fish hook wrap. And it's a fish hook. Again, it's unisex. And so we come back and forth. And so we do in black, tan, and we also offer it in turquoise with that. Another very popular leather bracelet for us is our octopus. It comes back into our wildlife theme, but we do use this one quite a bit as well. And then we offer, I love this bracelet and I wear this quite frequently, is our hook bracelet, our circle hook. And this particular one is a wave on it and a palm tree on there. And we can do, we have different variations of it. We do it with an anchor, and then we do just simple little beads on there for that as well, just the little rings with it. So those are the leathers. We'll come back over here real quick. We do a lot in the freshwater pearl category here. Again, we handpicked all of these pearls. We use a lot of hammered silver. And then again, we make each one of these beads, or charms, each one at a time as we go through with that process with those. And then we have our beads here. Our jellyfish, everybody loves our jellyfish. They're a very long earring, I will tell you that. And it has a matching necklace to go with it. Again, it's a bead that's made, it's a glass bead that we have a girl that works with us that makes these. They're all made one at a time. They're going to vary they might vary a little bit in shape or size and coloring in them, because they're a glasswork bead and they're created one at a time with those. And we do offer it a little bit different here with the starfish on it. And then I call this one my George Jetson, because it's just of all the different layers that we have in that piece. Then we come over, we come back, again, we hand make these charms here on the lotuses, and then we move into our essential oil diffusers, and we can do this in bracelets, anklets, and in the necklace, but we have the lava bead on there, so if you're looking for a necklace or a piece of jewelry that allows essential oils to be used, that's a great piece for that. And then we come back to our sea glass jewelry, and all of our sea glass is naturally surf tumbled sea glass that comes to us. Majority of it comes to us up out of Puerto Rico. We have a picker down there in San Juan who does all the picking for us with that there. So then we have our, this is the Universe Has My Back. It's actually the piece I have on today. And we created the bead to look like the globe. And this piece actually floats around in there. But this necklace, I have it at the full 30-inch length, but I can actually pull it up and adjust it to any length that I would like it to be. So it can be worn with several different outfits in that way. This piece is a piece that we created so you can wear the starfish. It's the starfish and the cowrie shell. It's all one necklace. So it looks as if somebody's layering it, but they're actually just wearing one necklace there with that one. Then we come down to our rings. We have our whale flukes, our compass rose, and our starfish. And all of our rings come in sizes 6 through 9. We do all even sizes with those. And then we have 2 more rings down on the next shelf, and they are the puddle ring and the feather over here as well. And then we have, we twist the chains together and make it one chain on this piece with the glass bead that has the Larimar and the silver in it with that. And then we have our, I don't want Kim to have to bend. We have our fish hook and anchor and silver plated. These are very popular for us because the price point on those is so great. And then we come back over to the layered necklaces here. And so that gives you a little bit different way of wearing the pendants on those. And so that is, I think, pretty much everything in our line. And again, I thank you for your time today. Ashley, do we have any more questions? Are we okay? Or
it doesn't look like we have any more questions, but if anyone has any, feel free to type them real quick before they are done.
Well, we appreciate you spending some time with us today and hope you learned a little bit about our line. And if you, like I said, if you want to place an order within the next 48 hours, then it is 10% off on that. You can do it on our website. You just need to ask us for a password to get on the site, as it is password protected to the trade only. Or you can chat me through the chat room and I can contact you if you wanted to place an order and have it, if you wanted to have it for later shipment, we can accommodate that as well. We'll just handwrite the order and then ship it when you're ready with that. Okay, any more? Yep. I don't think so. Okay. Okay. All right, well, I think that's, unless Ashley, somebody came up with a question, I think we're all done. I get very nervous on these things.
No, you all did wonderful. Thank you so much. We did have someone say thank you so much. Everything is so beautiful. So that's really nice.
Thank
so
you.
I don't think we have any other questions.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And everybody have a fantastic day. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.